The karts differ from the Legends in terms of kind of wet and dry setup a little bit, because the dry setup features a fully slick tyre, whereas obviously in the Legends we're still using a treaded tyre just with a reduced depth of tread block on them. The Superkarts have full wet tyres as well, and intermediate, although the intermediate tyre tends to just be a used wet tyre, similarly with the tread block just down a little bit, so you don't get as much movement there. The front end of the Superkart allows a bit of adjustment as well, so you can adjust caster, camber and toe, unlike a lot of kind of more basic hire karts where you can probably just adjust things like toe. So they're quite precise racing machines as well. You'll notice the aerodynamic fairings, the rear wing on them, that's all adjustable, so you can adjust the angles of those to give you more or less downforce at both the rear and the front of the kart, to help with your overall aerodynamic balance. The chassis don't feature suspension, so whilst you do have a bit more adjustment, the back axle is still a solid axle. It's still chain driven, much like you'd get on a conventional hire kart. And because there isn't much suspension in them, you're really relying on that aerodynamic grip, and the grip from the slick tyres to get, to really give you your performance. For all their straight line speed isn't massive compared to a lot of car classes, their cornering speed and your ability to corner in one of them is pretty much unsurpassed. So in a lot of places they kind of keep their own with motorbike racing and Formula 3s, classes like that. At Cadwell Park I think they still have the outright lap record as well, so tighter, twistier circuits, they really come into their own. So yeah, if you're not aware of Superkarts, definitely something worth checking out. They are absolutely brilliant little machines. And to be honest, it's part of the reason my transition to Legend racing probably hasn't been as smooth as it could have been from a driving perspective. I've gone from something with, full aerodynamics, full slick tyres, no suspension, to something with no aerodynamics, treaded tyres, and, very flexible and movable suspension with a lot of travel. The Legends don't even have anti-roll bars, so you get a lot of body lean and things like that, which obviously just never existed in the karts. So for me as a driver, it's been, a massive transition to kind of change classes, but, ultimately part of the racing journey is about learning and about developing skills, and hopefully what I'm picking up in the Legends is going to kind of make me a better all-round driver. And, it's a hell of a lot of fun, just in a different manner. So, both classes, equally cool. Please, if you're not aware of them, check them out and keep following for more. See ya.